Rose, and welcome back to Cheap Lazy Vegan and another vegan meal prep video. So once again, I bring you a high protein, lower calorie, healthy, delicious, comforting meal prep. Before we jump into the meal prep, once again, I am partnering up with Complement to bring you guys this video. If you haven't heard of Complement, they are a fully plant-based health and wellness company, and they specialize in products that are designed to complement your already healthy plant-based lifestyle. One of their signature products is their Complement Essential, which is right here. This is a multivitamin made for and by plant-based eaters. So if you follow a heavily plant-based or mostly plant-based or fully plant-based diet, you might want to consider taking some Complement Essential, because this is the multivitamin that really focuses on the vitamins that may be hard to get on a plant-based diet alone, even if you follow a healthy plant-based diet. So we're talking vitamin B12, D3, DHA, EPA, all of this stuff. And it really focuses on the key nutrients. So it doesn't add any extra fluff, any extra stuff that you may not need. This just makes your life really easy. You just take this and that's it. Complement also has other awesome products, again, designed for a healthy plant-based diet, such as plant-based creatine supplement. They also have plant-based protein powders. They have greens powders. They have a product called Gut Nurture that's great for your gut. So you definitely want to check out Complement. The link is below. And of course, if you use my code CHEAPLAZYVEGAN, you will get 15% off of your order. Another way you can save money is by subscribing. So in order for you not to forget to take your vitamins, you may want to subscribe so that it gets sent to you on a regular basis, and that way you save even more money by subscribing. So guys, check out their products. I'll link a bunch of their products below. Don't forget to use my code CHEAPLAZYVEGAN to get 15% off, and thank you so much to Complement for partnering with me in today's video. The very first recipe I will make is my low-calorie lasagna, aka light lasagna. This is actually a recipe in my weight loss friendly recipes ebook, No More Cabbage Soup, so definitely check that out. The full recipe is in that ebook, and of course that will be linked below. So the first step is slicing some zucchini and some eggplant into kind of thin sheets. And I'm just gonna lightly cook up the zucchini and eggplant slices on a pan with a little bit of oil. And you can also just do this in the oven, since we are using the oven anyways, but my oven takes forever to preheat, so I just get impatient and I do this on a pan, okay? But again, you can just lightly roast this in the oven, and that will be easier because you don't have to use the pan. And the whole point of this recipe is to make it slightly lighter than a regular lasagna by using less lasagna sheets and more veggies, but it's still gonna be super tasty and high in protein and healthy and all the good stuff. And now I am making my favorite oil-free tofu ricotta. This is so good, you guys. It is so simple and delicious. The recipe for this is on my blog, and all you have to do is blend in a food processor or a blender some tofu, lemon juice, garlic powder, salt, basil, and nutritional yeast. And again, the measurements can be found on my blog post, so that'll be linked below. And just blend that together until it's nice and kind of smooth and kind of resembles like a ricotta. It's so good and perfect in a lasagna. I actually make this ricotta whether or not I'm making like a light calorie or low calorie lasagna, because it's just so good. And now we just layer and assemble the lasagna, starting with a layer of pasta sauce, and then I just like to spread out the tofu ricotta on the lasagna sheets. And I do use oven-friendly lasagna sheets, but just to make sure that it's cooked through, I just like to soak the lasagna sheets with a bit of warm water while I'm doing all the other stuff, like making the ricotta, slicing the veggies, and that'll just make sure that the lasagna sheets are cooked thoroughly in the oven. And as you can see, I'm just layering things as I go, veggies in the middle, and the final layer of lasagna sheets on the top. And then I just like to cover it with some aluminum foil and then bake it in the oven. And again, for the full recipe, you can check out my ebook, which is No More Cabbage Soup, again linked below. And the next thing we're gonna make is some tempeh fried rice. Guys, my obsession with tempeh has doubled. I strongly believe if you don't like tempeh, you're either not eating the right tempeh or you don't know how to cook it. If you don't know what tempeh is, it is a fermented soybean product, and it is so good, and it's higher in protein than tofu. To make this tempeh fried rice, I just heat up some oil on a large pan or wok, and I like to cut up the tempeh into smaller bite-sized pieces for this, and then I just cook the tempeh until it's kind of nicely golden. So just for a few minutes, toss it in the oil and let it cook. Once it's nice and golden, I like to add some soy sauce, rice vinegar, and maple or agave syrup, and I just kind of toss it until it's nicely coated. And that's just gonna nicely flavor the tempeh, just to make sure all that flavor soaks into the tempeh specifically. Then I'm going to set that tempeh aside, and in the same wok or pan, add some more oil and add some diced onion. I'm using red onion, but you can use whatever. And also some chopped green onion, but just the white part of the green onion, and save the green part for later. After cooking that for a couple minutes, we're going to add some minced garlic and cook that for another minute or so. And then we're going to add in some mixed frozen vegetables. You could of course add in non-frozen, but this is just easy and simple. You don't have to chop. And it's basically already cooked, you just have to thaw it out, so it just makes it easier and quicker. That's the lazy hack, friends. Use mixed frozen vegetables. And now of course you gotta add rice to your fried rice, so let's add some cooked rice. Preferably you want to use leftover like day-old rice, but you can use cooked rice. You can just cook it, make it, it's all good. And now to flavor the rice, let's add in some soy sauce and dark soy sauce. If you don't have dark soy sauce, just use more regular soy sauce. It's gonna be fine, okay? I just really like the color that dark soy sauce gives this. It's also slightly less salty and slightly sweeter than regular soy sauce, so I feel like it just gives a slightly different flavor profile. But if you're using just regular soy sauce, then maybe add a little less regular soy sauce than the dark soy sauce amount, and then you can add more if you need after giving it a taste, okay? Once you've flavored your rice accordingly, you can add back in that tempeh, turn off the heat, and then add in the final ingredient, which is toasted sesame oil. Do not skip this because it's so good and it's going to bring out all the delicious umami flavors. And once you're done, you can add the rest of the green onions, the green parts of the green onions, and there you go. That is how you make tempeh fried rice. It's so good, and this tastes even better as the days go on in the fridge. You can also freeze it and it will still be delicious. And last but not least, let's also prep some breakfast. So I'm gonna make kind of like a slightly different version of my chia and flaxseed pudding. I'll show you guys what I mean. Okay, so first, all I'm doing is adding some non-dairy milk into a shaker cup and adding in some plant-based protein powder. Shake, 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 shake. And then I'm going to disperse that into 4 different jars, okay? Next, I'm gonna add some chia seeds into every single jar. I'm actually using a chia and hemp seed mix because that's what I have, and I'm gonna mix that in. Chia seeds are incredibly healthy for you. It's high in fiber, it's high in healthy fats, so consider adding them into your diet. Next, I actually had a thing of plant-based yogurt in my fridge and I needed to use it up, so I'm just adding some of that into each jar, and that's gonna make it nice and creamy and delicious, and obviously yogurt is very healthy, okay? Then I'm gonna top everything with a bunch of frozen fruit. I'm adding some cherries, mangoes, and frozen blueberries, and then I'm gonna top with a little bit of sweetener as well. I'm actually using a low-calorie sweetener, but you can do whatever. And there you go, there's my very easy kind of chia pudding, high protein, because we added that protein powder. This is so healthy and it was actually really delicious, and it was so convenient to have this in the morning ready to go. And now at this point, your delicious lasagna should be ready. I actually decided to add a little bit of plant-based cheese on top because I just had some left in the freezer. So I was like, why not just sprinkle on some plant-based cheese on top, make it delicious, extra delicious, you know? And then I'm going to cut it up into 6 pieces because that is the recipe that I have, okay? This is actually, like, for one slice, it's less than 300 calories. Like, it's crazy. And it's like a pretty big slice. Like, we're talking a big lasagna pan here, okay? So obviously you can have more depending on your goals, but I'm gonna divide it into 6 servings, but I'm just gonna add more on the side so that I'm having a complete meal, because yes, it's less than 300 calories for this slice, but that's not enough for a meal, okay? So I'm also gonna add in some broccoli. I'm just using frozen broccoli. I'm just gonna add that into the meal prep. And I'm also gonna add some edamame beans because we're gonna bump up the protein even more. So we got some extra protein in there and we got some vegetables in there. And when I'm ready to eat, I just heat it up in the microwave. And I'm also going to distribute my tempeh fried rice into containers. This one is actually 4 servings, at least the amount that I made. And I'm just going to, put it in the fridge or freezer. And when I'm ready to eat, I just heat it up in the microwave, or you can do it on a pan as well. The recipe for the tempeh fried rice is of course on my blog, and that'll be linked below. Alright you guys, so those are the meals I made. Obviously I made 6 different servings of the lasagna meals. I made 4 different servings of the breakfast and 4 different servings of the tempeh fried rice. That is it. It's super simple and easy and delicious. All of these are so good, yet healthy, lower calorie, higher protein, all that jazz. And of course you can add in snacks and other things as you like. Hope you guys enjoyed these recipes. All the info will be below. And of course, if you want more meal prep ideas, there will be a link to a playlist down below of all of my meal prep videos. And if you want more low calorie, high protein, delicious and easy weight loss friendly recipes, check out my ebook, No More Cabbage Soup. Alright guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed this meal prep video. If you liked it, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And if you want more vegan meal prep videos, I'm going to link my meal prep playlist down below as well. And once again, thank you so much to Compliment for partnering up with me in today's video. I'll have the product links below if you guys want to check out their awesome plant-based products, including their Compliment Essential, which is the multivitamin made for and by plant-based eaters. Once again, use my code CHEAPLAZYVEGAN to save 15% off of your order. Thank you so much for watching, you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!